Hi guys! So today's video is a first impressions type of video, and I wanted to name the series To Buy or Not to Buy. And the first To Buy or Not to Buy video will be about the Diorskin Airflash Spray Foundation. I'm in the shade 100. Now this foundation is the first aerosol type of foundation that you can actually spray on your face, or you can use it on a brush as well. It's kind of up to you. As much as I've heard, it is an absolutely amazing foundation. This is supposed to give you an airbrush photoshopped type of effect. It's supposed to be like a second skin, or so they say. It's meant to be very lightweight, so you cannot feel it on your skin. So we'll see how well the foundation performs and whether all of these claims are actually true. I have got my moisturizer on, but I will do half of my face with no primer, no color corrector, no setting spray. So we shall see how well the foundation performs on its own. And on the other side of my face, I will use all the sort of additional products that are meant to make your foundation apply more evenly and more perfectly and leave a better finish. So I will use a color corrector, a primer, I will use some powder, I will use a primer spray and a setting spray, and we shall see whether it actually makes a difference or not. We'll be kind of doing two extremes, but it's going to be very fun to see how it actually turns out and whether the foundation acts differently. So yeah, let's begin. Okay, so let's start with the primer spray. I will be using the Urban Decay B6 Vitamin Infused Complexion Prep Spray. And let's say that I will do the right side of my face with the primers and all of that other stuff. And I will use the Bare Minerals Prime Time Foundation Primer, which is the neutralizing one. Okay, I will now let my face just be for a couple of minutes to let the primer sink in, and then I will use some color correcting. So now that the primer has set in, I will use some NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer in the shade Green, which has probably been featured in almost every video of mine that I've done. So if you have seen my previous videos, you probably will recognize it. My face is absolutely horrendous, as you can see. I have so many spots and so many blemishes. So it's actually good to give this foundation a test right now so we can actually see how well it covers up any breakouts that I have going on. So we shall see. And now I will prime my eyes. I will put some color corrector underneath my eyes as well, which I think is not cheating because I won't be using foundation there anyway. I will just put concealer under my eyes. And then, yeah, we'll try the foundation. Okay, so now's the time to give this foundation a try. So you're meant to shake it. There are two ways that you can apply this. One just directly on the face and the other on a brush. I will try them both. I will spray the foundation directly on my face on this side, and I will put it on with the brush on this side. Okay, oh my god, here goes. Okay, is it just me or nothing happened? I'm gonna try one more on the face, and if it doesn't do anything, then I'll just use a brush. I'll just use a brush. See how that, oh, that is so much better. So on the prime side, I'd have to say that it blends out quite nicely. I mean, it doesn't drag or anything, and it feels like it blends out almost like in a second. If I'm honest, the coverage is not that great. If I look at it like straight away, I mean, I get that it's meant to leave like a, you know, like a skin type finish. You know, it's meant to look very natural and everything like that, but honestly, I don't see that it covers very much. Okay, we'll try the other side. It blends out just as easily on the other side of my face. That hasn't got the primer, hasn't got really anything. But, I mean, you probably won't be able to see it, but to me, it seems like the side that has got the primer on looks just a bit more even. Okay, I will try just some more. I don't know how well you can see that, but in all honesty, it looks like it doesn't cover blemishes very well. I know that you can also use this foundation on top of other foundations, so let's say that you already have your liquid foundation on, you can spray this on the top as well, just to make it look more even and more airbrushed, which I think I will do in the future, just because when I look at my face right now, you can't really tell that well from the camera, but looking in the mirror, it doesn't really look that perfect. I thought it would, but to me it doesn't. I mean, you can see all of the imperfections. I don't know. Right now it just seems that it keeps on adding color and my face keeps getting darker, but it's not actually covering anything up. So I thought I would be super impressed, but at the moment I am not. I'm a bit disappointed, but I will finish the rest of my face and I will come back to you then. Okay, so I finished the rest of my makeup and I also used the powders and setting sprays and everything on this side of my face as well. You probably won't be able to see a huge difference at the moment, so we'll just see how it turns out at the end of the day. But right now, honestly, all I can say is that with concealer and powders and everything else on, it looks a bit better than it did before, but my face is a lot darker than my neck, which again you can't really tell very well from the camera, but it is in real life. And I don't know, without concealer and everything like that, it didn't really cover much, so you definitely need concealer and powder to cover up any blemishes or breakouts after, because the foundation doesn't do it on its own. I just put a bit of powder on the area where I put concealer because I have a huge like chunk of breakouts, and I'm gonna get closer to the camera. I can still see the breakouts through my foundation. It didn't really cover them very well, so I would have to say that the color is a bit off. The coverage isn't that great. I mean, it does look very natural when you apply it because you can see your own skin under the foundation, which makes it look so natural, but I didn't see the, you know, airbrushed finish that I thought I was going to see, because that's how they kind of market it. My initial thoughts are that it's kind of, I don't know, I don't love it. I thought I would, but I don't love it at the moment. But other than that, we're going to see how it does. And it is 10 minutes. It's going to be 3 p.m. So I will check back a bit later in like 6 or 7, something like that hours. I do have to say that because I don't have any, you know, lighting still, as you know, and I'm only kind of using the daylight right now, and it will be very dark when I will be filming again. So I have to use the light in my room, which is not the greatest, so I have no idea how well you are going to see what is left of the foundation that I have on my face, but I will still tell you how I see that it has changed or hasn't changed, or, you know, we'll see what happens. So yeah, I will check back then. Okay, so it's currently 2 minutes to 10 p.m. My foundation has been on for 7 hours and 8 minutes. I mean, normally I know people do like 8-hour sort of reviews, you know, they wait 8 hours and then they come back and show you what it looks like at the end of the day. But because I started filming quite late today, and well, 7 hours is still good. I mean, you know, because if I had waited another hour, it would be so late, super, super late. That's the reason why I only waited 7 hours. But I think I can still give you a decent review. I don't know how well you can tell, because obviously I don't have good lighting and it's just the lamp that I have on my wall, which is not the best. I don't know, I tried to get as close to the camera as I possibly could, but I can't get any more close because otherwise it's going to get very blurry. So we're just going to have to kind of make do. But okay, if I have to say a few words, It's looking pretty much very similar to when I first applied it. It has kind of worn off a bit, which always happens. I mean, it happens with every single foundation that I own, so this is nothing out of the ordinary. I definitely noticed that everything looks a lot better still with the prime side. It just feels like there's more coverage and it just looks a bit more seamless. Whilst on this side, which has no primer or, you know, anything, as you saw, the sort of areas where I have the blemishes and the breakouts, they have kind of started peeking through. I mean, there wasn't too much coverage in the beginning to start with, but it still was a lot better than it is right now. It hasn't sunk into any of my pores or fine lines. It's still looking good in that sense, besides the fact that it doesn't have very good coverage and it has worn off slightly. I can't say anything too bad about it in that sense, so nothing has really changed too much, which I think is a good thing. I mean, it hasn't got cakey or, you know, it doesn't look bad, but it still has the same negative aspects that it had in the beginning, and that's why I'm still disappointed in this product. I'm not saying that it's a bad foundation, but for me personally, I had such high hopes for it. I'm still obviously going to use it and I'm still going to try it, and I'm going to give it another go on top of other foundations. I'm going to see how it looks then. Maybe it just needs some liquid base underneath, but then it's kind of ridiculous to buy a liquid foundation in order for this to look good. So I don't know, but honestly, I guess I have to kind of leave it up to you to see whether you like this kind of finish or not. But I don't know if I would buy this product again. Yeah, it's just not a winner for me in that sense. I'm sorry. I might be the only one who is not, you know, raving about this product, but I just don't see it. Maybe if I try it with, you know, using different techniques, or maybe if I, as I said, use a foundation underneath, maybe I will like it more then, and I'll definitely use it up. But right now, I don't know what to say. I'm a bit disappointed. So draw your own conclusions, that's all I can say. So yeah, that was the whole video, the first impressions type of thing of my series to buy or not to buy. There will be loads and loads more, hopefully. So yeah, that's pretty much it for now. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you wouldn't miss out on my videos. And yeah, I guess I'll see you in my next one. Bye!